Welcome everybody to the second part of today's episode. If you haven't checked out part one, click on that to see an awesome game against Forest Green in the FA Cup first round. And if you haven't seen it, you can obviously see that we won that game. We beat League One Forest Green, and our reward is a game in the second round against League Two Fleetwood Town. They are 9th in League Two, so they are doing all right. That is going to be a tough game. Any game away from home against higher league opposition is obviously tough. But the other side of it is it's probably not as tough as maybe some of the other games we could have got. So hopefully there's a chance of going through and getting to the third round for the second time in our history there. That would be pretty awesome. But yeah, that is going to be a tough game. That is going to be a very tough game. The fact that they've only got 5,500 capacity means it's not a huge payday either. We've got a record attendance from the Forest Green game. We had, I think, 5,200 there. We made 100,000 from gate receipts and I think 25,000 from prize money. So it's done us some real good for the financial situation. Although, even though we made 125,000, for some reason we're still 250,000 in debt. And I believe we were about 325,000 in debt before that Forest Green game. So 50,000 has been lost somewhere. I don't know where we've lost 50,000, but expenditure this month is in at 38,000. So yeah, a little bit odd. I thought that was going to bring us down very, very close to the 200,000 mark, but you can't complain. We started the season 500,000 in debt, so now we're only 250,000 in debt. Hopefully we can get through the Fleetwood game, although it is going to be a tough ask, and maybe get a really lucrative away game in the third round. That would be nice. We have had a few occasions where we've been hoping for a really exciting game that could maybe make us a lot of money, and it hasn't happened so far in our now 7 seasons with AFC Rushden and Diamonds. We'll see what happens there. So here we go for part 2 today. We're up against 5th place Torquay, who are having a very good season. I think they're very similar to us in that they have some major financial issues right now. Last season they finished mid-table. They spent a lot of the season fighting for a playoff spot. So they are a good team, but we're a good team as well. We've only had 2 days rest, but we've got to be confident here, and we've got a few selection issues, to be honest. This kind of marks the end of a really tough run to start the season, and obviously we've come through it pretty much with flying colours. So after this, in a few days' time, we play 13th place Woking. And then, in theory, we've still got a lot of these teams from mid-table and downwards to play. So hopefully we can do all right. They play this tricky formation with a number 10 behind 2 strikers. So we've got that to deal with as well. It's always a formation which causes problems. And you can see here, Josh Staunton, after being booked in the opening game, he is suspended. So normally I would put Sharif there in the right back position, but we've also got Agyapong on international duty. So what do I do here? Can Mikael play as Mikael can play as a deep lying playmaker? So I think, what's his tackling like? Yeah, his tackling is pretty much non-existent. But I think I'm going to put him in there, probably as a deep line playmaker, and that is going to allow me to swap out Sharif for Staunton. Sharif goes to right back, and Sheringham can now come back in after his suspension in central midfield. We've also got a lot of players that are just not fit, with only having a couple of days rest. So I'm going to bring Thomas Hughes in on the left for Hodgin. And let's have, I think, maybe Gary Roberts or Sam Cornish. I'm going to bring Gary Roberts in there. And I think in defence, I've got to make changes, haven't I? We've got so many tired players. I think I'm going to change Sparks for Tatonda. So Sparks will come in at left back, and I think I've got to go Gabadebo at centre back for Wilson. And on the bench, rather, I'm going to bring Sam Ling in for Tatonda as a right back option. I mean, Sharif is very tired, and I might also want to move him into midfield. So Sam Ling there, although he's not fully fit, we'll bring him in. Just going to take, now we've only got 5 subs, just take these guys out of the 6th and 7th positions. Am I leaving anybody else out who might help today? Maybe Patterson. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. George Lloyd, his move to Forest Green still not gone through, so we've got him for today's game if we need him as well, which is handy. Yeah, I think that's all the changes I'm going to make. So let's just submit that team there. I mean, the majority of the players have recovered pretty well, which is good. I was worried with only having a couple of days rest. I mean, I have had to make a few changes there, but it's maybe not as bad as it could have been. Yeah, this is like I say, the last of our tough run for a little while maybe. It would be nice to finish that tough run in first spot, ready to go into hopefully a bit of an easier time of things in the games to come. Specific marking options. Duffus needs to go out and mark their left back. Actually, their left wing back. Do I send in there? Because, I mean, our right and left back are not being occupied because they're not playing with wingers. So maybe I don't need to worry too much about those marking options for Hughes and Duffus in this game. I'm going to start off not worrying about it. I am going to pull Sheringham back to mark their number 10. So let's get him there. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that guy's name. And then Gibbs will just, without the ball, just drop in and mark Adam Berry in their midfield as Sheringham has been pulled away from there. I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. It's kind of, maybe I'm being a bit naive. Maybe I'm being very offensive, very attacking by not putting Hughes and Duffus to mark their wing backs. But we'll see what happens. Okay, Sharif suffered a cut hand. Why would I take him off the field over a cut hand? Sparks is not the greatest defender, but as an attacking fullback or wingback, a great option to have in the squad there. Mikhail finds Duffus, and Joshua Duffus has now got 6 this season. He's really come alive, and that was really important with the fact that we are going to be losing George Lloyd. Gibbs finding Mikhail, who's done really well there, and I forgot to change Mikhail's role from a box-to-box midfielder to a deep line playmaker, but it hasn't mattered because he's got his assists there. I'm going to praise the players. I'm going to ignore that substitution. I'm not taking Sharif off the field for a cut hand. Sorry. Gabadebo with a poor header there. And they are 1-1. And Gabadebo with an absolutely terrible header. When he joined us, he had 11 heading. He now has 9 heading. And you saw it all on display there. That is abysmal. And we are all over the place. Nobody marking, what is his name? Lapsel? Lapsley. Come on, let's demand more from the players here. We've had a really good start in terms of possession and chances, but it's a really sloppy goal to concede. We've got the majority of the possession. We've just now got to turn it into something. I don't want to dominate a game this much with all this possession and all these chances. And we've only had one highlight the whole first half. That's really disappointing. Let's see now if we can turn this around in the second half. I mean, we are, in theory, we're in good enough control. I mean, our assistant says he doesn't like what he's just seen. I think we've been playing really well. Let's see if we can really get the players up for the second half. We can, by the looks of things. Let's go out there and win this, boys. We've been more than good enough. Come on. 4 shots, five shots on target now. 4 times the amount of shots that they have had. Let's demand more and see if we can actually start to create something. Disappointing with all these shots and all this possession that we've only seen one highlight the entire game. But we do now have a highlight and we get onto it. Price into Duffus. Can Price get himself into the box for a cross maybe? He can't because we've lost it. That is abysmal from Duffus. What a terrible pass. And from a really promising situation, Okeke is in. Was that saved? That is an incredible save from Reed. Well done, Reedy. Get this ball away. Well done, Martinez. Let's end this highlight now, please. As Rogers gets a cross in, it's headed away by Sharif. And come on, we've got to do more with this. Come on, boys. Let's make some changes here. 20 minutes to go. I am now going to make that change of Sharif for Sam Ling, coming back after injury. What else can we do to really affect this game? I'm going to take Duffus off, and George Lloyd is going to get his farewell. And hopefully he can maybe sign off with a goal here. That's all I'm going to do for the moment, I think. Do I bring Scott Wilson on for Martinez? I'm going to bring him on. Martinez is very tired. Let's bring Wilson on. Just change those two around and just change Gabadebo to a regular central defender rather than a ball-playing defender. And let's see if those substitutions, those fresh legs, can just make the difference here, because we've been the dominant team. We just haven't done enough with it. They've only had 3 shots at goal. Let's demand more from the players to end the game. I don't want to change anything else because I don't want to risk getting done on the counter-attack. There's a highlight here as we get a free kick, which Ling will take as he shuffles across like an 80-year-old man. Straight into Lloyd. And George Lloyd, his goodbye to the few AFC Rushden Diamonds fans that are in the stand there. Very few have made the trip to Torquay. But he is signing off his Rushden and Diamonds career with the winning goal against Torquay United. What a fantastic way to go. Let's just try and wrap this game up with some time wasting. Let's take those overlaps off. Hold shape, slow everything down, and just drop back the line of engagement. Let's get this game finished off. Get out of here with the 3 points. They're a deserved 3 points, to be fair. Oh no, don't do this to me, Football Manager. Reed makes the save. It's a double save from Reed. He has made 3 massively important saves today. Can we deal with the corner? We can. Is there a break to finish? Hughes into Lloyd. The highlight continues. And we've lost it. George Lloyd, don't do this to me. After an amazing goal, he almost gives up an equaliser, but we see the game out. And it's another 3 points. What a team we have got here. But how are we gonna do without George Lloyd? That is an excellent win. But it's George Lloyd's last contribution in an AFC Rushden Diamonds shirt. How on earth are we going to cope without him? He's such a good... I mean, if he's not in the first 11, he is such a good squad option. And we're now going to lose him as we go 3 points clear of Grimsby. And we are right now, although they do have a game in hand, we are 5 clear of Gloucester and Scunthorpe, which is absolutely huge at this early stage of the season. 8 clear of Torquay after beating them. That is a fantastic, fantastic win. We are now unbeaten in 10 games. That is very, very nice. Things are looking very good right now, aren't they? But I mean, last season we were so inconsistent. A lot of our drop points were against teams that we should probably be beating. So coming up here, I mean, there are actually some tough games coming up. We've obviously got the FA Cup game. Notts County at home is going to be tough. Grimsby away is going to be massive. I guess the next episode is Fleetwood away, Grimsby away. I mean, Crawley at home in between those games as well is absolutely huge. They're a very good team as well. So actually, it's not really getting any easier. I know we've had a real tough start to the season, but coming up here, Notts County at home, Grimsby away, Crawley at home, as I say, is not easy. Newport County did very well last season. Eastleigh at home is tough. Cheltenham away. Yeovil at home. Dagenham and Redbridge away. Yeah, this is not getting any easier. The Vanarama National League is very tough this season. Torquay at home. Stockport at home. Gloucester at home. Fylde away. Hereford at home. We are in for a real tough season. There is no easy run coming up by the looks of it. I'm hoping that means our running might be a little bit easier, but it's really not. Look, I mean, we finished with Stockport, Dagenham and Redbridge, Yeovil, Cheltenham, Eastleigh, Newport County, Kingsley and Grimsby, Crawley. There is not an easy game in that finish to the season. Yeah, this is a tough old league. So I think the best thing we can do is just try and rack up as many points as possible, as quickly as possible. We will see you guys next time for Fleetwood away in the FA Cup, which hopefully we can get through, and then Grimsby away in the Vanarama National League, which at the moment is going to be first place second. So let's see how things go in the few games that we've got before that. Nice to see James Price and Joshua Duffus right up there in the goal scoring and average rating charts. That's nice to see. Yeah, what a brilliant episode today. 2 amazing games. If you've enjoyed it, please drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Let's try and keep this season going. Let's try and make it even bigger. Right now, I mean, it's so early, but dreams of getting into the Football League are obviously there. Let's just see how things go, though. I'll see you guys next time. I'm on a real upper. Let's see if it can continue. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you soon.